looking at.
So, welcome to another Nerd Community one-shot. This time we have the illustrious Mr. M. Dubois joining us.
Finally.
Illustrious because he looks like he's been illustrated. So,
depending on the cartoon, that's a compliment.
That's very good point. So, this time we are not going to be playing D&D, we are going to be playing Risus, which is a much simpler game. Not as much simpler than 5th edition, but definitely a lot more simple than. I can talk good. I can talk the good words. Much more simple than 3.5, which was really complicated. So, basically, all we're doing today is each of these fine people, Mr. Victor Sunshine, Ms. Sarah P., Mr. M. Dubois, and somebody else, have chosen their specific traits, or a specific trait, and I have been hoping that we will have some people in chat to help throw out some additional ones, like what each of their jobs are, what particular style they use.
By the way,
for example,
did you tweet this?
I thought I did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because if you did, I wanted to make sure to retweet you.
I did not, because it's still scheduled for 10 minutes from now.
That explains why there's no effing people in the channel.
I plan just as well as I speak, apparently. Go me. Anyway, special thanks to @SJohnRoss, because he's the guy who published Risus, and fuck, this is easy. Basically, you each get 10 points to distribute as you wish, with some very simple guidelines amongst your various options, and then we'll use those points to determine how many dice you get to try and succeed on various tasks.
Sweet.
So, since I don't see anybody in the chat, I would like to ask you four, what are some interesting jobs that you guys... Or actually, let's start with, do you want this to be a sci-fi game? Do you want this to be a fantasy game? Or do you want this to be an urban fantasy game?
Either urban or
fantasy. Tice is in
or sci-fi.
Tice is in chat.
Sweet.
Sup, Tice?
Do a decision!
Yep.
With one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him pick the decision all by himself.
So, Tice, do you want to see a sci-fi game, a fantasy game, or an urban fantasy game? Or we could go with the standard Shadowrun urban sci-fi fantasy. Because I could totally do that too. While we're thinking about that, what kinds of jobs can you guys think of that you guys might have?
I was thinking it would be cool if we got to choose one for each other.
Oh, that would be nice. That's a good way to give people time to filter in.
I like that.
So, what does everybody except Victor think that Victor's mad scientist's job should be?
Working at McDonald's.
Part-time stripper.
Part-time stripper.
Alright, so I've got entertainment industry and food service to put a nice generic title on it.
Oh, man.
I will add an actually scientific career to the mix.
No.
I'm sure there's a lot of science to strip in, right?
Well, yes, as a hobby.
Yeah, that's what he does. He modifies stripper poles.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Just like in
That's where he hides all of
Sunstone.
his super tech.
Just
Oh,
like in
shit,
Sunstone.
Fun.
So, Victor, would you rather be an entertainer?
I was thinking assembly line worker.
Okay, entertainer, laborer,
Wow.
or food service?
While I am a crazy scientist, I would totally work as in the food industry just to poison everyone.
Oh my gosh. You know what this means. He's going to win combats by stuffing scientifically modified Big Macs into his opponent's faces.
Muffins.
Alright.
Muffins?
You'll be the cake mom.
Yes, he works for Sarah Lee, those bastards.
Ooh, Tice says
I
dimensional
don't get
plumber.
that.
Would any of you like to be a dimensional plumber?
I'm not sure what that means, to be quite honest with you.
I imagine it depends on whether this is a fantasy setting or a sci-fi setting.
I think, like, is Ty
Oh,
speaking
he
the
does mean
setting?
Mario.
It must mean you're Mario, right? I mean,
Oh, hello, dear.
those pipes go to other places.
That's true.
Do we know that?
I am currently streaming. So,
You did remember to pick her up from work, right?
maybe she walked. If she did, I'm probably gonna get punched again.
Yeah.
I think there's a few on the spreadsheet still.
I won't stop her.
Alright, so sometimes the portal to hell gets clogged. Who wants to be the plumber that fixes that?
The hunter.
The hunter, yes!
Makes sense for the hunter.
Yes, he kills things with a giant plunger.
Look at his face. That's...
Okay.
Fine, fuck it, I'll roll with it.
Alright. So, Serranus, welcome to chat. So, we need to figure out a job for Sarah. Sarah, close your mouth. What do you guys think Sarah should be? She is a fangirl, so she must have either a job or a really big inheritance.
She could work in a kitchen.
At the
That
same
wasn't
fast
sexist.
food restaurant.
No, what could a fan go? Yeah, a rich inheritance would make kind of sense. Maybe,
Okay.
Oh, she could be paparazzi. She makes her living off of stalking the person that she's a fan of.
That sounds good to me.
Alright. Paparazzi is good for me, too.
Alright, and what is the, obviously we know what the writer's job is, but,
He writes
how
full
does he
books.
make money when he's not writing?
I feel like we might have to actually give him something useful other than the ability to write in a book.
He's a call center worker.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
I was
okay,
thinking-
that
Oh, I can't make my own suggestions. Damn it.
He works in a-
Panhandling is
he works
right
in a-
out.
In an overnight call center.
Being an assistant professor of creative writing is right out too.
Yep,
No.
it is.
no.
What
Cold
if-
calling.
What
We're
if
talking
he works at
cold
the
calling.
overnight call center, but he's like that one book series where the people that call in overnight are the ones that are also like werewolves and zombies and vampires and all that crazy
giving
shit.
me material.
I vote for stripping pole.
Wait, hang on.
He works as a stripping pole.
I just stand there. Do your thing.
Just dude.
Good. Good.
Being possessed by interdimensional beings when they can't show up.
What?
I'm
Oh,
not sure I
understand.
understand that, but I think I'd like to. Can you go into
I
more
think it-
detail, Tice, as we explore this this
Yeah.
call center job a little more as a stripper pole? What does the stripper pole do at a call center?
Provides motivation. I don't know.
Oh no! It could be a gopher. Okay, now let me explain what a gopher is, right?
I don't know.
Is it a
Those
person who
are,
goes
uh,
for things?
Yeah. When it
Is it a
goes
person
for-
who goes
You're
for
the
things?
gopher guy. In the office. You're not even working at the call center. You're
Right.
the guy that's there to run on the errands.
But the call center is for the things that go
Yeah.
bump in the night, which is
Yeah.
where he gets all of his stories.
It's a great idea.
Nobody believes in that stuff, but I take all the weird calls. I do. I kind of like that one. I could see being a gopher too. You know?
Yeah,
I don't want to like put Zhang down just because he had a bad idea.
Oh no, I like that. You don't actually work for
I was
the...
trying to give you relevance, man. Sorry.
Yeah. And because you're the gopher, and everybody at the call center trusts you, even though you're otherwise a perfectly normal dude, you can call in, like, little favors from all sorts of different,
Oh,
various
okay. So
things.
I'm always the guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't decide if Sarah or Matt is the
You
prettiest
probably
girl.
have like a really cool
What
moped
the-
as well.
A really cool moped.
Well, you know what? Actually, I'll take prettiest over Sarah. That's fine.
He's so left out now.
You wish.
They are the phone to be picked up by the beings to talk to people in other dimensions. Okay, so
Wow, Tice is on a dimensional vibe tonight, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Okay.
It's like we're playing like freeform rifts.
yeah, that's kind of the impression I'm getting, and I'm thinking it's gonna be along the lines of like a Dresden Files kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, so I was wondering, like, is there a veil between
What is
the
not
mortal
Dresden
and the
Files
magical?
with you, though?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Shadowrun.
Oh,
Shadowrun is not
you're right.
Dresden Files.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Shadowrun is not Dresden Files at all. There, people are like, oh yeah, that's an elf and a dwarf and a troll, and that's just me being racist too.
That's pretty much Shadowrun, actually. That's quite accurate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I played a few sessions in my day. Oh, I love Shadowrun.
All right, so Victor, make sure you write down your job under your crazy scientist, and Matt, write down your call center gopher under your prophetic author.
I've already done it.
That's
though.
what I've got to line up for my next goal is to
But for some
have
reason
Sarah ST.
Oh, there
some
we
shit.
go.
Oh, still had it selected. I wrote it down like ages ago.
There we go. All right. And Fangirl, what did we decide for you? Oh, you were paparazzi. That's right.
Yeah, I was in there. I just had the same thing that was selected.
These are also shitty careers.
These are going to be fun. All right, so now we need to come up with an interesting quirk for each of them. Tice?
We need to come up with it, or are we?
When I say we, I mean we in the very vague general sense. So you guys can throw out suggestions, but I'm definitely
Tice
You
just
looking
need to come up with what? I missed it, sorry.
an unusual quirk for someone, for each of you.
Oh.
So for a crazy scientist, for example, what would be an unusual quirk?
He spends the entire session with his finger up his nose.
Well, I thought of picking the nose too, but he always saves them. Doing an experiment.
He saves them.
Face right now.
Have smoke
I got
faded
it.
Oh,
with
that's a keeper right there.
Okay, maybe uses unusual
Oh, he keeps boogers as experimental specimens.
Yeah,
Oh,
unusual
not freaking
specimens
Thank you, that's what I said.
collected from all over, not just boogers.
Sorry, I hot wings.
Okay, yes.
And maybe not just his own boogers.
Oh, yeah. Anytime he sees someone, you know, those strippers, sometimes they get real close to the poles and they just like.
Just imagine him like sneaking around, like officers jumping into the bins, taking like used Kleenexes and shit.
Maybe
Alright.
that could be. Maybe his quirk could just be collecting bodily fluids in general.
Collecting various excretions.
Excretions. That is a
Samples.
good quirk for a mad scientist to have.
That's just that works in
Oh,
McDonald's.
Tyrannus, the prophetic has epilepsy.
Oh, good.
I would spit in your and he works at McDonald's. I would spit in your burger, but I'm saving that for an experiment later. Would you
Have
visit
those small
please?
swabs and like, ha. Let's see what I gave you, motherfucker.
Oh my gosh, he must have so many cow samples.
Alright, for the prophetic author, Serana suggested you have epilepsy, but I don't feel like that's an
That's not a-
interesting quirk to roleplay.
I mean, basically, it would just be me going.
Which admittedly would be funny, but I can't honestly see a way in which it might actually help you out at any point. So I am trying to find something that could potentially be interesting.
It
Wait,
depends, because
did we
epilepsy can
choose that?
manifest in weird tics, right?
Yeah.
So if
How
I just
about-
started randomly swearing at an NPC, we could just go, "Oh, he has epilepsy," and everybody would be like, "Oh, the poor disabled person."
I thought that was Tourette's.
Oh,
That is
oh,
correct.
right, that is Tourette's. I can't keep them straight.
Can't we have the like one of those?
Maybe it's that you have an episode every time that you encounter a specific color.
Ooh.
I would really like him to be one of those really like psychology interested persons, but don't know anything about it, so he just gives
Hang
people
on.
diagnosis that is entirely wrong.
Serranos wants me to have
Serranos
Tourette's
with
now.
Tourette's.
Of course he does. Thanks, Serranos.
How about he has to write with a quill and ink?
Ooh.
No other like options are acceptable. Or he insists on
break onto
writing
his
on
quill.
anything. So he's like a prolific graffiti artist as well.
Ooh.
Any canvas is his.
Okay.
His medium,
So at
Like,
any given time,
Napkins, stacks of receipts,
Like, you
random
just
bits
find
of
it and
wall
randomly
that I have to
write it on
remember
your arm.
there.
Like, don't mind me. It's fine.
all right, but the quill that you have is a magic quill and makes whatever you write true,
Ish.
sort of.
Wait, what do you mean true, sort of?
I mean, like, think monkey's paw.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Now I really want the one of the
That doesn't make me feel good about that at all.
Surprise. Your prophetic things is always followed by bursts of Tourette's.
Yes.
When I lived in Maine, there was a lawyer up there who had Tourette's, and that was not... I felt bad for him. He'd always yell at fat women that they were fat.
Oh,
I would
Yeah.
have that guy
That's
represent
not
me,
a good
but
way to
I
keep
would.
your career.
Welcome, Shep. Good to see you. If you have any ideas
Okay.
for any weird quirks for the players, we will decide what they are. I kind of like the quill with the weird stuff happening, and like depending on how crazy the event would be, the less crazy it is, the more likely it'll happen as you write it.
and the way I intend it.
And the nuttier it is, the more likely it'll be like a monkey's paw situation where it'll
Okay,
happen,
I have a
but it'll
question
happen in the
now.
worst possible way for you.
This does raise a question for me.
Okay.
Have you seen me roleplay?
I have, and that's why I think this is going to be great, because I don't think you're going to do reasonable things.
Hell no!
Exactly. It'll be great.
Okay, but instead of a quill, can I have it be a Sharpie?
Sure.
I
Sharpie
want a
sounds
quill.
good. A magic Sharpie.
Sweet. I'll put that down as my next. So I've got a magic Sharpie.
Yep.
Alright.
So you're the supernatural call center gopher who has a magic Sharpie.
That's right.
All right.
Awesome.
So we still need quirks for the hunter and the fangirl. The dimensional plumber who
Yep.
plumbs the gates of hell. That's gonna be fun.
He
And
plumbs the gates of hell. He makes sure that the faucet's there, never run out of water, so that the gates of hell don't get too hot and melt.
Can't we have him to be one of those who is really afraid of germs and stuff?
Oh, he's
Okay.
germophobic?
Germophobic?
hypochondriac?
What if he's
Is that
like-
what it is?
Yes, exactly. Hypochondriac.
What if he's no, hypochondriac is someone who believes that they have a lot of different
Yes.
kinds of diseases.
I mean,
Okay.
more
you
afraid
mean
to.
a germaphobe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Germophobic.
They can end up similarly, but yes.
it's true.
Right.
Is Zhang frozen? Because all I'm seeing is this
Nope.
look of orgasmic joy on his face.
Oh, that's not joy.
Oh, there we go. He moved.
That's orgasmic rage. Completely
That's
different.
just like, I'm not sure if I should be impressed or afraid of these suggestions.
The dimensional plumber can only shop at Lowe's. I need to get my groceries. I'm going to Lowe's. I eat toilet paper.
I don't even know what Lowe's is, but okay.
It's an
Hardware
American.
store.
It's an American hardware store.
Or it can
I
be
make
a pastry
drywall
salad.
sandwiches. That's what I subsist on.
No one else has the stuff he needs.
No one else.
He's like sitting there with a can of grout for mayonnaise.
Oh my gosh, could that be his
This is
quirk?
the
Like,
saddest
he's capable of-
sandwich. It's a sandwich.
Could that be his quirk? He's capable of eating things that are normally inedible.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Like,
I
that's-
like that.
That's actually a thing that's happened to people even without supernatural intervention, so I don't see why
Yeah.
not.
Sure.
You can eat non-edible things.
Yeah.
That's
How's-
awesome.
How's that sound, Zhang?
Sure.
Sure.
It's like,
I
oh
prefer
yeah.
that to being a germaphobe.
I can't wait to see Zhang chew the scenery.
Yep.
They're able
And-
to
Get the
eat
joke?
or able to digest.
Yeah,
it, like-
you can digest it.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not get much nutrition out of it,
Oh,
but
you
can
know
at least,
what?
you know-
I'll even say that you can when you eat something particularly unusual, you can gain, like, very minimal qualities that that thing has.
Keep away from very dishes.
I'm a little jealous. Now I wish I'd suggested that for me.
Can I use my strange things I collect to mutate myself?
Temporarily, yes.
Sweet.
Basically, I see you as, like, having vials in your hands pretty much at all times, or, like, cogs and, you know, little machines.
Oh, Victor's a shape changer because he can take the samples he's collected from his unknowing experimental subjects and like create potions that allow him to change into copies of them or whatever.
Alright, so we still need a quirk
Creeper.
for the fangirl. I think Serranus said a magic camera. So what kind of thing would this magic camera do?
She can transport herself to any picture that she's taken a picture, or any place that she's taken a picture of.
That's quite cool. That's that game that I'm not gonna spoil.
Makes her like a very limited teleporter kind of thing.
How about she can take a picture of a scene, and dependent on what click she does, like everything around her turns into like film noir, black and white style, or like different spectrums.
So depending on what Instagram filter I choose, the scene around me turns into that.
Yes.
That's weird.
That's
what would that?
Sweet.
How on earth would that help you in any way?
I don't know.
Being a fucking author help you.
But we're on a path here to some
Now
greatness,
everything looks like
sure.
the big heat.
Well, if you turn something into a romantic comedy, then things start going wrong.
Oh my
Only
gosh!
to go right later on.
That is an incredibly powerful reality-altering power that I totally want her to have now.
Yumi is kind of on a track here. Maybe the person that I take a picture of, I can control them for a limited amount of time.
She can.
Yes.
Yumi said you can steal their souls. That's not a limited amount of time kind of thing.
But like 30
Or the
seconds.
person that the plumber's trying to put back in hell.
Ooh. Yeah, that... Or like you have limited influence on them based on your role.
Right.
That sounds good.
Based on how good the filter is with their like coloring and stuff.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
How good a shot you can get of them. Yeah, that's kind of badass.
Maybe I can give them just like one thing to do.
You know, this is kind of worrying though, because she's a fangirl of someone, which means that there is one particular person out there who is usually the target of her photo.
and it's one of you guys, and you don't know which one it is.
That makes it worse.
He's totally one of those crazy who ships other humans. Like.
All right, that sounds good. So go ahead and write down magical camera. Matt, write your stuff under prophetic author.
I did. Well, I got.
Then click outside the box so we can all see it.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right, now we need one more tie that ties people to the other members of, or one other member of the group.
The fangirl's already got that.
Yes.
Something that ties.
But it has to be like a characteristic of hers.
Yeah, Sarah does have something like that.
That ties her. Like.
We're just using our real names for this, or are we gonna call it a character name? I'm just curious.
Astral Call Center Gopher.
Wait, what are we doing?
Something that ties us to someone else in the group.
But it's still a characteristic of yours.
Can you give an example of that?
Like, maybe the hunter
is...
relies on the scientist for some of the weirder things that he's been eating to help him survive the trips to hell.
He's the only one who actually can eat my food.
Or
You're
like
desperately trying to get a sample off of the interdimensional plumber.
Or like the author gets infrequent visions about the fangirl.
Would it be more
the author
like...
gets visions of the fangirl, I could see that.
Wouldn't it be better with the hunter, because that's like supernatural thing?
Or the hunter, yeah, really. I mean, really, the action is happening.
Or the scientist, and the author is trying to keep the scientist from like destroying the world accidentally or something like that.
How on earth is? What's the author gonna do to destroy the world? He's not.
No.
Is there a Vecna here?
The author gets visions of the scientist because you have to tie the characteristic to somebody else.
So I regularly get. So are you sure it's not the other way around? The guy working the call center for the people with supernatural powers that are in crisis. You know, maybe the scientist is gonna be the cause of the end of the world.
No, fuck that.
And the prophetic author is just trying to desperately stop the mad scientist from ending all of
Okay,
us.
so
With their hamburgers.
the scientist collects materials from the hunter, and the hunter is the main character of the author's book. And so the scientist needs to be tied to the fangirl in some way, and the fangirl needs to be tied to someone else in some way.
The fangirl could be the fangirl of the scientist. Maybe he managed to publish
we're not to
one.
know. We're not to know who that is. So that's her tie. She's a
that's her tie.
fangirl of someone in the play.
I want the fangirl to be the author's sister, for we know exactly how Matt reacts to sisters.
You're a bastard! Hey Hunter, I need you to get a demon to put a tracer on my sister so that I can make sure she's not getting screwed over by whatever her boyfriend is this week.
Oh, I vote for that one.
Alright. So are we sticking with Tice's, the hunter brings strange materials from the hell portal, from the hell S-pipe to...
Just from hell. Fuck it.
From the hellish S-pipe to the crazy scientist. The hunter is the main character for the author's book. The fangirl is the author's sister. And the fangirl has an unnatural crush on one of those three people. Does that sound good to everybody?
I hope it's not the brother.
Wait, what?
No, this is a mature stream. That's fine.
Wait, hang on. What did she say? I missed it.
We can modify it to stepsister then.
Sure, yeah.
Wait, she was gonna have a crush on the author? Yeah, that is awkward.
We don't know.
That ain't gonna happen. Now the hunter is gonna have to put a trace on the sister to make sure she doesn't get within a 2-mile radius of the author.
Okay. So the author's gonna be protective of his little sister.
Oh yeah.
Or big sister, because she's a big hulking brute, right?
Yeah, I'm a brute. Well, I kind of scrapped.
Right, I forgot. She's like this
girl, but
she's like this tough ass biker chick.
no, I scrapped that when I went fangirl. Sorry, I
Oh.
wasn't clear about it.
I kind of like the idea of a
I can still be blonde though. It's fine.
kind of like the idea of a badass biker chick fangirl.
Yes, totally just hunting one, like, gotta get him, motherfucker! And the other was just running away because he's frightened as hell.
I can
All
imagine
right.
her wearing a chain wrapped around her fist that has the words love engraved in each link that she punches people with.
Oh
Wow.
god. Yes.
Your mind just goes to a dark place, right?
Is that dark? No, I thought that was like, that was pretty light for me. Usually.
Yes, actually, that's quite light format.
Yeah.
The fangirl is the scientist's experiment to improve herself for her love. What?
Ooh.
I need her
Ooh.
DNA.
What?
Wow.
Wait. I am actually confused by that statement. So she submits herself. Oh, no, I get it now. Okay, yeah, that's disturbed.
Use your inside voice.
What are you
It's fun.
doing?
Yumi is being Yumi.
Did you delete my sister thing?
I
shipping
did,
it.
because it's taken care of in the prophetic author. Because all of these are going to be your
Oh, I
traits.
see. Okay.
So you want that trait to be something that you can roll to get some sort of advantage with.
Ah, gotcha.
I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to get advantage with what I've got there. Not to
Wow.
be difficult, just not 100% sure.
Someone should have been paying more attention to the premise of the game. Maybe.
I understand the premise of the game,
Okay.
Zang.
So what was my, like, bond to people?
Let's see. You...
But I think, like my relational thing really comes out to basically I know what Zhang is going to do before he does it.
It doesn't have to be.
I think I'm gonna move things around. I think the hunter, the main character of the books, is gonna be something the hunter is gonna have, because that's a characteristic of the hunter, not of the books, sort of.
True. What does that do for him exactly, though? Other than he gets to... Oh, whenever he acts like a hero, he can roll his dice, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So what is...
So basically,
Zhang
Zhang Wang is going to be acting like Rinwin, trying to make the best story.
Yeah. He's going to do all the wrong things in order to make all the right story.
Oh.
And then the scientist is going to be collects, you know, hellish materials from the hunter.
Right.
So that is Victor's special trait.
He collects written material?
Let's see here.
Collects hellish materials from the hunter.
Oh, hellish. No, that makes sense, because, you know, he'd be like, oh, you killed something today. Oh, yeah, shtick. Don't worry, this horn isn't for anything nefarious.
Is that together with my collect strange things that can use them for transformations and stuff?
The collect strange things is going to be like stuff that you do as you're like moving around the world and doing things on your own. But the hunter actually provides you directly with stuff from hell, which you couldn't normally get by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's our tie. Okay, so I need to change my tie to what?
Your tie is main character of the prophetic author's books.
Right.
Oh, gosh. Victor's trying to create a Big Mac that can entice demons into selling their souls for
thing is that I imagine him not being very good at cooking food. He has used the food to spread his
it's
to experiment.
Hey, it's a work in progress. Whatever happens.
All right. So we are in a Dresden Files universe with an evil a crazy scientist. Yes, Matt.
I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit
Hand.
confused. I know, I'm a little bit confused on my last trait still.
Okay. Get rid of the hunter as the main character of the books, because that's going to be the hunter's thing that he rolls with. You are the protective brother of the fangirl.
Protective. Okay, so I basically can roll the dice when I'm being protective of the fangirl.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. And I don't know how to actually select that all and deleted it. So
shouldn't we put out how many points we want into?
Yes.
I'm gonna go 3, 3, 2, 3. I think.
So it's like 4 for crazy scientist, 1 for cooking food because I suck at it.
Okay. My view of my list has gone bananas.
Yep, I'm messing with it.
All right. Okay, that was you. Okay.
Yep. So you guys can distribute your 10 points as you wish among each of your 4 things, and those points are going to determine how many d6s you roll to succeed at whatever task you're doing. And I will even tell you the DCs. Something that any schlub could do is, or could potentially do, is a 5. So anybody with 1 point in their skill, or in their cliché, could potentially do this. It might be difficult, but it's possible. Anything that a professional could probably do, but might have some trouble with, is going to be a 10. Anything that requires some amount of heroics is going to be a 15. And anything that is practically impossible is going to be 20. You guys can work together, but the way you do that is, you pick someone to be the main roller, and they roll their full dice for whatever cliché they're using, and everyone else rolls whatever cliché they're using, but they can only add 6s that they've rolled.
I'm gonna hook the interdimensional plumber up, because every time I write a new thing about him with my magic Sharpie, I'll be adding that to his thing to make him more plumber.
What?
Alright.
Yes! Use your magic Sharpie to make me more plumber.
Alright.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Thought you'd appreciate that, yeah.
I think that I'm going to try and change something, because I think the obsessed with blank and fangirl are basically the same thing. So
Yeah,
we
I
need
was
to
thinking
come up
that
with,
while I was putting my numbers in.
we need to come up with something better for Sarah's main thing. So, do you want to be like a biker chick and be like buff?
Oh
You can be
gosh,
short and
put
buff.
stuff on
I mean,
I
Karen's
mean, you
short
can
and
be
buff.
like a gymnastic
Or you could
too,
be-
or like
you
a
could be like-
mountain-
Be the
giant
be the
and buff.
cheerleader.
Or be a giant not
No,
buff.
I don't want to be the cheerleader.
martial
The
artist.
I
cheerleader
want
sounds-
to be biker.
She sounds like she's done that before.
There you go.
No, I haven't. I actively avoided it, in fact. Okay, I'll be the biker chick.
I'm not
Okay.
surprised. No. hang
What
on.
are you
This is-
doing?
Okay, Matt.
Get
gonna-
out!
I'm
I'm
gonna
trying
do this for
to
you.
set my numbers. I'm doing a bad job of it.
Wow, what the fuck? You know you can open the
It's supposed
original
to be-
text document, right?
I can't. I don't know how.
Double click on them.
You
And
need to
now-
select the pointer at the top.
It's supposed to be.
All right, Matt.
Someone's fixing it.
Just
Yeah.
let it go. Let it go.
Okay.
Let it
Okay.
go.
Let me edit your little hoe.
7111. Wow.
The gopher of the supernatural call center is supposed to be 2. Everything else is supposed to be 3s.
How does that fit into 10?
That does not add up to 10, Matt.
Yes, it does. 3, 3, and 3 is 9, and that's plus 2 is. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Wow.
All right, which
Well,
one's
That's
2?
why you're the gopher.
Which one's 1?
I would say it's the gopher of the supernatural call center is probably going to be 1.
Okay.
Stop making fun of me, everyone. I hate you all. I can't do math. Everyone knows that. I'm French. There's no famous French person that came up with math.
This might be. I don't know because I'm Swedish. We don't know history, so.
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
I mean, the closest we got is we had Isaac Newton on one side and Leibniz from Germany on the other side, and France was kind of in the middle of that mathgasm, and it, kind of completely passed us by.
It's like the retarded little brother of the two others.
It's true. It's so true. Didn't know what we were doing.
Sorry, Sarah, if you're judging.
Right. So
just-
everybody in
I'm just
chat, I want you to give me a place of business. Any place of business in the modern world.
Oh, but try and make its name a parody of. I think that's.
You can make its name whatever you want. It can be a real place, it can be a made-up place that you just describe. It can be anywhere.
Yes, your wife. That's right.
Julie.
We're totally
Worst
stopped at
Spy!
25.
Yes! That's perfect!
Look,
I love it!
it's only 25 every.
Okay. Is this what is Worst Buy?
Best Buy is an electronics store.
Okay.
Worst
Freaking
Buy
European.
would be the not as good
No, it'd be the worst.
alternative.
The shitty version.
That's fine. Just sometimes you have to explain.
Oh man, instead of lows, it's highs.
Alright. Forever 21, an accountant
No,
office,
it should be
Worst
never
Buy.
21.
Never
Yes!
21.
Julie's on this!
She is on fire with these things.
Okay.
Okay. Again, what is Forever 21? Like.
It's a clothing store for
Okay.
people who are terrible people.
You know, I thought it was bad that I didn't get sex jokes, but then Zhang comes along and proves that he knows nothing about America, and I feel better.
Why should you know anything about American stores?
Matt, what's Thornton's?
Thornton's? I know I've heard the name before, but I
What's
can't place it.
B&Q?
What's what now?
B&Q.
B&Q?
Yeah.
No, I only know LL Bean.
But you know why you know Fortune? Because European brands are good. The US brands don't get to Europe.
I can believe that.
Alright.
Maybe if we stopped employing child slave labor. Damn it.
We do that too,
Hold
so
us
it's okay.
back, man.
Trout Pro Circuit Market.
Ah.
Alright, so. Who would like to start? You know what? I'm going to start with Matt, because he requested this one shot, and I feel like torturing him first.
I did request it. I don't know what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, I kind of got a free Friday night, so I might as well. Yeah.
This
By the way,
prophetic
do we
author,
look like ourselves, or
CJ Yineps. That's the Cthulhu version of J.C. Penney's.
Yep.
All right, so prophetic author. What is your name, prophetic author? Give me a name. Make a name. Hurry up.
I'm thinking of a name. I've got a last name, but I need a first name. Hector Maroboloro.
what? I will never learn that name.
Wow. Is there an ampersand in there or something? That
Nope.
We need to worry about?
Nope.
No, this
Nope.
guy doesn't have an ampersand.
Hector Marquez.
Hector Marquez. It's Hector, not Hector.
Nope,
I will
it's
call
nope,
you
it's Hector. I decided.
Oh, damn it. Okay, fine. Hector Marquez. Spell that for me so I can know how to pronounce my own name, please.
It's spelled right on top of your sheet.
Oh, that's handy.
Yep. Okay.
Hey,
So
look at that. I'm Mexican.
Yep. Apparently.
I believe I
Hector.
must speak with a Spanish accent.
Ooh, I would also allow lemony snicker. Would you
No,
like to change your name?
No, Hector Marquez. I approve.
Okay, Hector Marquez, you are shopping for a new dress for your little sister. Because
Yes, you must look pretty for her sweet 16. Or is it 21 now? I can never remember.
well, it's never 21, because that's where you went.
Yes, that's right. I wish her to remain 16. That's what it is.
Yeah, and you catch the gaze of one of your coworkers who is also shopping for dresses. This is the werewolf, Lisa. And she looks up at you and then looks away and blushes.
Well, Lisa, pay me no mind. I am simply about my business.
Oh, so romantic.
Wow. It's like,
God, I
He's
love
like
that voice. That is a
completely
beautiful
other man.
voice.
This is why I wish I could do an accent for Dan, because clearly it gets a reaction from people.
Oh, it's sexy. Go on.
So, Lisa is kind of blushing a little bit and turning away, but she is shopping for dresses, and her hand reaches for the same dress that you're reaching for. What are you going to do?
That is a good question. What is the honorable thing in this instance? I do not know.
I have to mute my microphone.
Come on, Matt. What are you going to do?
No, Lisa, you take the dress. It is fine. I will find one that is better.
She takes the dress and goes into the dressing room. And,
Is she a pretty werewolf?
yeah. Pretty
Oh,
enough.
well,
I mean,
just
she
like-
works at a
like-
call center. It's like a tech
Oh, she
support
works at
call
the call
center
center.
for
Oh.
electronics, which always seem to go wrong around the supernatural.
Makes sense.
Because Dresden Files.
Dresden Files, naturally. Yes.
So she takes the dress into the dressing room, and what are you gonna do? Are you gonna look for a different dress?
Yes, I will look for a different dress, but maybe she come out, she rejected that dress, and then I can snatch it for my little sister.
Okay, so you're kind of keeping your eye on the dressing room. Okay, so you are looking through the dresses and kind of keeping your eye out for Lisa to come back out. And
I'm probably
you hear...
eyeing the stockings right now.
Yep, just started the game. Already, one of us is a stalker. Wait, two of us, because that was before the game even started. That one of us was a stalker. So,
well,
all right.
it runs in the family.
Yep. All right. So, you hear a scream from the dressing room.
Oh no! Mademoiselle, are you all right in there?
All right, you run.
Oh, senora, senorita,
you
you're all
run
right
to
in
the
there.
dressing room door, and you throw it open, and there's Lisa.
No,
being
I didn't throw
strangled.
it open. I knocked. What are you talking about? I'm polite to a lady.
Oh, okay.
Does the screaming continue?
The screaming
Does she open the door?
continues.
Oh, then I throw the door open, naturally,
Okay.
like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman, you throw the door open, and you see Lisa, in her underthings, getting strangled by this dress.
No, dress! How could you? I know you are meant for my sister, but that is no excuse. Rip!
And at this point, the ripping, go ahead and roll. What do you think would do the best for you to get her out of this dress?
Protective brother of the Fang. I know this dress will kill my sister now, so I must destroy it.
Okay, go ahead and roll 3d6.
Alright, I can do
This
that.
is going to be pretty difficult.
Oh, that's not good to hear.
Welcome, Alpagator. Currently, Mr. M. Dubois, Hector Marquez, is attempting to rip a death-dealing dress off of his werewolf coworker. Alright, you have failed. The dress is just too strong for you.
Strong for me.
However, you are in luck.
No young man can tear it apart either.
Because the hunter, whose name is Zangmak, please give me a name, or we will make one up for you.
You will regret it as much as I do.
I will go with Samuel Dean Winchester.
Samuel Dean Winchester.
Yes. What do you want from me?
Samuel Dean Winchester.
Oh my god.
Alright. Samuel Dean Winchester runs in, having been hunting this particular demon who can take the form of various articles of clothing.
Samuel, I knew you would come. Please, help me rip this dress apart.
What, rip the dress apart? No.
It must be
What's this?
destroyed.
And I will try eating said dress.
Oh my gosh, that is fucking amazing!
Lisa,
If I could give beats right now.
alright, go ahead and roll able to digest anything, because this is in fact a demonic dress, which means that it is not going to be easy to eat.
4 dice?
4d6.
Oh, I'm gonna eat it.
Oh, you're gonna eat the shit out of that dress.
Yeah!
Samuel Dean Winchester's mouth opens widely, tearing at the dress, and his incredible teeth just tear this dress to shreds.
Oh yes, that is the way to do it. Continue, my friend. Devour it all.
And Samuel, for the next short period of time, which we will define when it ends, you have the ability to change your clothes at will.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah?
It is!
Alright. You have a gasping, panting, wolven lass standing in front of the two of you. What do you guys do now?
Are you feeling alright?
I won't know she's a werewolf or anything, will I?
No, she does not currently look
Okay.
like a werewolf, although her teeth do appear to be much more pointy than you would normally expect, although, you know, there's goth girls that do that anyway.
Mm-hmm. One feels bad, milady. I've eaten your dress. I do apologize. These things happen, and I appear to have saved you in the process. And I'll offer my hand to help her up.
Oh my! Thank you so much for saving me! Could you go get me a coffee? She says to Hector.
A light bulb goes off in Hector's mind. He pulls out a magic Sharpie and says, I believe I have discovered a new chapter in my book. I will be back with that coffee shortly.
Alright.
Scribble, scribble, scribble. But he goes to get the coffee. You'll be writing the epic romance of the... What was his name?
Samuel Dean Winchester.
Samuel Winchester and Lisa the werewolf.
It is Samuel Dean Winchester. If you
It
please.
certainly does not. Oh, Samuel Dean Winchester. It certainly does not end with one of them shooting the other in the heart for being a werewolf.
Oh, of course not.
No.
As long as she's not a werewolf from hell. So, Samuel, there are still a few shreds of the dress left over. You figure you could probably get something out of the crazy scientist for bringing these back to him, or you might be able to get something out of this werewolf. Well, I'm sorry, young lady. Because she's not too young. At least she doesn't look too young.
She does. Okay. Well, I'll collect up the dress fragments and put them into a bag, evidence bag type thing. I don't know, randomly produce one of those.
Sure. Yeah.
Why not?
That's a superpower.
Awesome. And what are you going to do next?
This was a demon possessing this, so this sort of thing, yeah, it's unusual.
Oh, thank you so much for saving me. Is there anything I can do for you?
It is part of the service, madam. It is a pleasure. That in itself is reward enough. And I shall leave you to your coffee with
I can have him get you one. She appears to be
drinks. Oh, great, my dear. Oh,
very
great.
appreciative.
Okay. No, I think I should be going.
All right.
However,
at this point, biker chick. What is your name, Sarah?
My name is Frankie Marquez.
That means she was not adopted.
Alright, at this point, you're getting really bored waiting for your brother to get back outside to ride bitch on your bike.
Hang on. He walked out to get a coffee.
Yeah. And you're wondering where he is, because this is a Never 21 that's in a mall. And he's been in there for way too long.
Okay.
So... So what do you do?
He keeps calling me his little brother, but I'm really like 40, okay? So I'm gonna march my ass in there, and I'm going to fling open the door of the Never 21 and be like, where the hell are you, Hector? We have to go.
Hector appears behind her with the steaming cup of coffee. I'm right here.
Yes. Before you turn around to see Hector, though, you see Samuel at a dressing room with a nearly naked woman. And she appears to be heaving at him, blinking her eyes, fluttering her eyelashes, obviously trying to get in his pants.
I'm going to play it cool, and I'm going to pretend to be looking at some dresses, and I'm going to hide behind them, and pop up every once in a while with my camera, because I think that it would be nice to take some photos of what is going on over there. Could make some money off of that, yeah.
Hector is observing the scene and absent-mindedly writing on the coffee cup.
All right, is he writing anything specific on the coffee cup?
Oh yes, you know, she heaved her massive bosoms at Samuel Dean Winchester. Yes.
Lisa is still panting, even though you're pretty sure she should have gotten her breath back at this point, Sam.
Seems one may be in some distress still. Would having my number for future reference assist with your problem?
Oh, certainly, but I think you should probably take me somewhere private and make sure
I will take a picture.
I'm not hurt anywhere.
Take a picture.
I will take a picture.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, we're gonna be the worst siblings ever.
Will give me to dig up in her nose for the largest booger she can find.
Okay, go ahead and roll with that magical camera.
Oh my gosh. We're a family of fanfic writers that make it come true.
Oh.
I guess that runs in the family, huh?
Yeah, it seems like.
All right.
That's not good enough.
Samuel, all of a sudden you notice that there's something dripping out of her nose. Looks like the kind of thing your crazy scientist friend might like. But you probably don't want to touch it.
I shall take my handkerchief, which I can take from here. And here you go, my dear. You appear to have some goop coming from your nostril.
Oh, this never happens. Oh!
It's most unbecoming
And
of a
she
lady
just
to be
pushes
seen
past
like
you
that.
and runs out of the store.
Yes.
Okay.
And you notice that crazy writer that always seems to be around when weird things happen is right there, and his sister keeps popping her head up and popping her head up.
Senorita, you forgot your coffee, oh no!
So Samuel, would you like to return the remains of the dress to the crazy scientist?
Most certainly. I think you would find these invaluable.
All right. Sarah, would you like to do anything to influence how he gets there?
No.
Okay.
No
Samuel,
bike ride?
how do you get to the crazy scientist?
How do I get there? I will drive my Jaguar.
Oh my.
Ooh, can you stuff a body in the trunk?
There is no trunk. It's a Jaguar.
All right.
I might just change that.
So, is the author and his are the author and his sister going to follow the Jaguar?
Yes.
I believe there is a story here, sister. So let me hop on your bitch seat.
I agree. Let us go.
Vroom vroom!
All right. So you guys, the hunter Samuel Dean Winchester arrives at the crazy scientist's. Victor, what kind of lair do you have? Is it an apartment? Is it a rundown box in an alley? Is it?
Yes. I was thinking one of those like Frankenstein's castles, but sure, it can be a cardboard box. Either or.
It's a Franken apartment.
All right. Well, what do you want? It is up to you.
I will take the mansion.
Okay. A mansion on the edge of town. This is
Conveniently
Springfield.
lighting bolts through the air and stuff.
Of no particular state, because there's one in every state. So it is Springfield. And it is a mansion on the edge of town. And Samuel, you pull up to you drive down the long drive, and reach the main entrance. What do you usually do at the main entrance?
Well, see, I was thinking, it's such a large place, maybe we could have a wing each, seeing as I'm assuming that our fellow scientist is possibly a foreigner like myself.
Yeah, sure.
So I shall buzz the gate and go in.
All right. Buzz the gate opens. A biker girl, why don't you roll a biker check to try and make it through the gate?
Alrighty.
And Victor, I'm going to need a name from you pretty soon.
Yeah.
So,
My name is Alexander.
Alexander Frankenstein.
Alexander
Alright.
Frankenstein. No, Onston. Because I don't want the
Alexander
Americans to
Umfton? Umfton! Okay.
Ångström, you uneducated bastard.
Ungstrom?
All right.
Is that Ungstrom?
is the gate manned?
Is the gate manned? Alexander?
There is a very zombie-looking character.
I take a picture of him.
Yes.
All
and
right.
I instruct him to leave the gate open for a little longer since my bike will not fit through.
Yes, he's not smart. He will do that.
All right.
Right into my... Well, I'm still writing on the coffee cup, apparently. The gate master leaves the gate open so that my sister can ride through. I must grab tightly back onto her in order to not get thrown off.
You're not as good with the innuendo as you want to be, Matt. But that was
I'm not trying
an
to
excellent
innuendo.
attempt.
That was not innuendo. That was just I had just remembered all of a sudden motorcycle physics and was like, maybe I should actually be using my hands to hold on instead of writing on a cup.
All right.
I need to roll for it then.
No, I'm gonna actually have Matt roll his magic Sharpie.
Uh-oh. That's a 3d6.
Yep.
That's...
Alright, and he got an 11, so he is somehow able to keep his balance easily on the bike, even though he is not actually holding on.
That's because I've done this before.
Probably because he's been riding bitch for a while.
Oh, yes.
To be honest, he is instructed to keep people in, not people out.
Sure. So, Alexander, you hear the familiar buzz of the gate opening,
Yes.
and it sounds like Samuel is back, and he probably has something good.
Yes, I will meet him at the gate, walking past a very slow manservant on the way.
Someone's moving to get the door, and you just walk past him and get the door yourself. Poor manservant is left in an existential crisis.
All right. So, Alexander, you reach the door as Samuel is walking inside.
Yes.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Good day, sir. I've found some little tidbits you may find interesting. It at some point contained a demon, but I hate that thing. And unfortunately, there's only a few shreds left. However...
Excellent.
Here you go.
I'll take it and go away with it.
All right, Victor, roll crazy scientist. Ooh. All right. You learn that this is the remains of a greater demon who was
This is the remains of a greater demon.
I can't do that accent. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to repeat everything I say. This is the remains of a greater demon who has been trying to gain a foothold in this world, and you've suggested Samuel hunt him, and Samuel keeps coming back with little pieces of him, and has not yet been able to completely defeat him. Go ahead, say it.
This is the part of the greater demon we have tried to kill forever. You failed this time too, I suppose.
It was but a mere appetizer. I felt that it was not satisfying. I assumed as much.
Okay. So...
Pardon me. What would you suggest? Any leads on where he may be, or possible places to check out?
Do I?
What would you be able to roll to figure that out?
Probably crazy scientist.
Okay, go ahead and roll crazy scientist.
Did the prophetic author and his sister man just sneak in behind them, or what?
They have reached the door, but the door presumably has shut behind Samuel.
Probably not, because the manservant isn't there yet.
Oh.
Oh, just right on the door, unlocked.
Well, whether it was because you're good at it, or because it was already unlocked, it is in fact unlocked.
After you, sister.